Wait. Okay, there we go. That's more like it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a randomly selected game, which I am planning to spectate. Hooray! Hooray for all of us. Spectate UI is broken on the new client. Oh god. But it works kind of. So we're just gonna make this work for everyone involved. The player of the game, and I already know this because I'm psychic, is going to be the Katarina on the red side, who goes by the name Volpicentia. In one moment, I'm slightly distracted. I try to find something to link. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Alright, back to the game. We are back to the game. Let's take a look up at the matchups. How do you show the score to the scoreboard? There we go. Found it. Just keep that on because we might want to hide the scoreboard sometimes. Oh, it automatically ordered the things correctly. And oh wow, while I was watching and trying to do nothing, I guess there was some action. More action in the bot lane. Fresh sort of going man mode. Let's just keep that on. Cool. Alright. Okay. Sorry, I haven't done this for a while. Everything is a little hectic. Everything's a little strange. I think this is a normal, but that shouldn't matter. The quality of the game should be the same. Nonetheless. I'm going down. Okay, actually, so what we're going to do here is focus on the mid lane matchup. So let's follow this Katarina. God, the scoreboard takes up too much space. I really want to get rid of this thing. But I guess you can't, so we'll deal with that. Gank coming in by either jungle. They're looking around. Let's look at this Shaco. Not sure what this Shaco wants to do here. I guess he's just gonna fly. He has a fantastic club name. Goes by Shitstar. Wonderful. And we have Raptor Rush coming in for the gank on the Poppy. This is kind of a weird gank. A lot of damage to the Poppy. She's really tanky at all times. Malphite only has a slow, which he applies here, and there might go for the dive here. Poppy gets a really nice knockup. And a counter gank from Shaco comes in, and yeah, I gotta say, I think that was a little bit doomed to start with. I couldn't have known Shaco was coming, but that's a tilting play, I can tell you that right now. Let's fly back to the mid lane. I don't care what the directed camera wants to show. We see that our player of the game, Volpicentia, is in head of, what's his name? Ubiquinon. RE player. Trying to do a little trading, but is a little bit behind. Now, Shaco puts out a lot of jungle pressure early on, but so should Elise at this point, honestly. And you see that Elise actually has more farm, which means that she hasn't been ganking as much as Shaco. I didn't pay attention. Nice. Could have had a bit more information. A nice Ashe Hawk shot picks up Shaco, but he's not really doing anything. He's got kind of low mana, so he's going to back off here. And here's a new thing in the new jungle. If you kill golems, they sort of spawn more golems. Doom guards from exile. Like a half version or whatever. What they tried to do was try to make the upper level red camp more of I want to say area of effect. I just realized that my sound was way too loud. Anyway, poor Malphite stuck at 9 CS, 5.5 minutes into the game. That's I know he's died twice, but 9 CS is a bit pitiful. Poppy is kind of dumpstering him. The matchup for that kind of goes in Poppy's favor eventually, but really none of them should be able to kill each other lest help is involved. Poppy did get the solo kill early on. I'm sort of moving away from mid lane because for whatever reason that matchup is getting dull and boring. Here we see Malphite kind of running out of mana. What he should be doing is just waiting for Poppy to push because it's obvious she's doing that now. She has a Bambi Cinder. It's going to push automatically. And wait for jungle support. Malphite, all his utility is packed into his ult, so he can get a good ult off with a Poppy. A bad position, he can do it. Should be maxing. Does it tell you what he maxes anymore? That Poppy gets nailed into the wall. You can see the shield around Poppy is a new keystone. The keystone is the Courage of the Colossus. Wow, this Malphite did not trade correctly. Not at all. Come on, he's just getting hit again. Ugh, did not respect that at all. This is clearly Poppy is a better player, but that's what happens in either normals or Flux Queue right now. Matchmaking is kind of messed up. But that's okay. If you play against better players, eventually you'll become better. Although you might get discouraged first. Let's take a look-see down in bot lane. We have the Ash-Sona matchup. It's fine. It's fairly even. No sort of action to speak of, but I really like to see what the jungles do. Now, what Elise is doing is taking the red buff with no mana. I really don't like to see this, mostly because, okay, so you take the red buff, alright, and then what, you back afterwards? Or do you take another camp and then back? What are you using the red buff for when you do that? So she takes the red buff and is now, instead of taking the wraiths, goes down to the blue buff, I guess? Okay, I guess that's an applicable way to jungle. Kind of inefficient, but that's fine. So while she's doing this, she's not ganking, which I guess the Shaco isn't ganking either, so that's okay. Shaco isn't 6 yet, but the Elise is, and that's because the Elise has been basically power farming this whole time. And we see Volpacentria coming down for a gank. Let's see how this is played. He dashes in, gets exhausted, and manages to almost instantly kill Thresh. Zona dies. Not sure how that happened. Elise is here. Ooh, an Ash Arrow comes out. Not quite enough to do much. And it ends up being a 1-for-1, though. Probably shouldn't have been. Ooh, Elise gets a nice hit onto the Shaco here. Is there going to be a dive? Yes, Elise goes for the dive, but the... Ooh, he makes a pot at all ready for it. Ari with the roam comes down. Charm, but doesn't really matter. And now Ari has double buffs. Red team needs to back off here, lest they fall to Ari's wrath. And unfortunately for the red team, and a good play from the Ari of her own there, but the red team is behind. And they also have a very struggling top laner, who still is getting kind of destroyed by this Poppy. 2 levels down, half health, chugging the potion, the corrupting potion, as it were. Poppy's gonna try and all in. Oh, but she's got shield. Oh, sorry, I messed that up. Malphite ulted, but now he has literally zero pressure to do anything. Malphite not doing much to dodge any of the Poppy's abilities, and she is busy pushing hard. We have Volpacentria coming in. He's gonna try and kill her, but doesn't really have any kill pressure, especially since Malphite already just ulted and instantly just dies to the Poppy. I'm sure there were utterances of how overpowered Poppy is, but let's talk about, okay, well, Poppy flash and queued with no mana, and I guess she thought she had more mana, and that's fine. What's his name? Elemental Hero? That's cool. Elemental Hero is... Well, alright, this is a big old dirt from him. He starts to farm behind and just gets caught by an Elise who walks into her. Poppy does a lot of damage though in the meantime, and Shaco is in the perfect spot to cheese. Oh man. That is pretty sad. So Poppy's mistake turned into a boon for their team, blue team, as we have Ubiquitome and what's his name? Vindication of Sin. The Shaco come to rescue at the proper time. That leaves Ari with 2 kills and also a fed Shaco, which is annoying to deal with as well, but I would be more afraid of a fed Ari, usually. It depends on the player, obviously, but let's see how this lane plays out now with those kills having been had. Not really much going on here, actually. Oh, as I say that, there was a cancelled ult from Volpacentria by the Ari charm. Ubiquitome, nice play there. Probably prevented himself from dying really easily. Shaco was a little bit late on the uptake, and Volpacentria managed to get away. And the lane returns to normal. Let's see if Katarina tries to assert her dominance here, but Shaco is back. I'm sure she saw Shaco in there. Yep, she did. Man, flies off. Take a look-see in top lane, and finally Malphite decided to back off from Poppy, even though probably should have done that a while. But the inevitable result of such a thing is that he loses his tower. Poppy coming to roam down mid after taking the top tower. Now Katarina has to deal with two fairly fed champions. Now you can see that plant that Poppy just hit. It gives vision of an area. Both teams can see on the minimap what happened. Poppy's W doesn't actually stop Katarina, but oh, she's so fed that she can just dive the tower. Should be alright. Volpasentia barely gets out. He needs to back. Or she. And at least going in a little bit YOLO there. Malphite has ults, and he does get a very good one off. At least does a pretty good job of killing him. There's a nice Ashe arrow there. Let's see if the Shaco survives. Malphite... Nah, he's gonna get hit by that. I just realized that Ahri has no health. The bot lane for the blue team has begun to roam up. Volpasentia still didn't back from the debacle that he almost died with Poppy diving. And sort of a reset here. Vayne is free farming bot lane, is probably going to get this tower. You know what you will, that's going to happen if the bot lane leaves. Especially if Ashe is here. She used her arrow. Now Derp Wolf and Piptic Jenkins are going to go for this tower, but really not have enough damage. No BF sword on Ashe yet. Just not enough oomph. I mean, even if she did have one, I don't think they would have gotten it. That's fine, though. They're going to remain in mid lane. Katarina is going to push down the bot lane. Probably a good call. Although, with a mid lane of Ashe and Sona, they have to be very careful not to get caught out in the fight, especially since Poppy can just push the top lane all the way to here, and then she can just go mid. That will force Malphite to either come mid and miss farm or stay top, and then Poppy can initiate a fight down in the red under the red tower, just like she did before. Alright, so Malphite has opted to fight with the team, and now the blue team is pushing the mid tower, and Volpasentia, our Katarina player, down at the bottom. Let's see if he decides to go mid or continue pushing. He does none of those things. There's a ping onto this Vayne. He doesn't really want to go for the 1v1 onto the Vayne, though. Doesn't really feel confident in that. There's a fight going on mid. There's a Poppy involved. Sona manages to ult one person. It's the Shaco. Ashe gets out. I think that Ashe had to use Flash as well. Flash on Thresh. A lot of big engagements going on here. Poppy pretty much doing all the work. She's rushing in forward. Flash is in, but Sona saves Ashe. Blows Exhaust or Ignite. There's an Elise here, not really doing anything. Somebody's gonna get hooked. Ooh. As I'm talking about this team fight in mid lane, Volpasentia goes for the 1v1 onto the Vayne and loses. I assume he was just trying to test his mettle against an honorable opponent. Now, I think that he had a 1-level lead against the Vayne, so I guess he misplayed. I unfortunately didn't see that. I guess I could go back and watch it. Let's do that. Here we go. More time. Okay, here it is. Waiting in the bush, trying to go for the 1v1. Level 9 Katarina. Oh, it's tied in level at this point. Goes all in and ults. Makes the mistake of ulting before, basically in a position where Vayne can just instantly hit her into a wall. And you have that result right there. No plays had outplayed. I think before Volpasentia could try that, he would have to poke the Vayne down, do a little bit of damage beforehand so that he could either burst her in one hit, or at least, at the very least, not get stunned into a sort of shun-poed into a position that would hit it. Let's resume back to live play, because we already saw this team fight. I guess that's how you do it. Okay, cool. Just in time to spot a banished Ashe arrow. That's fine. Whew. Take a breath here. Ooh, and the hook onto Sona. Very nice play by Thresh. Poppy's there with the follow-up. Now 4v5 is being initiated. Poppy has no fear. None at all. Walks into the fight and back out. Does not care. Somewhere I missed Shaco killing Elise. That was a thing. Now, no one on the red team is really fed enough to take over anything. Then I have to play for the mistakes that the blue team has made. And they are making mistakes, but they are fed enough that it hasn't really caught up to them yet. Assaulted onto this second tier tower from the blue team. Poppy charges up ultimately. Malphite does land the ult. A very good chain into Katarina, but they don't have enough damage. Katarina does get another kill on Shaco, tries to get away. Ashe doing a lot of damage to the Poppy, but the Thresh is going to save the Poppy from a triple kill, or from getting triple killed. And really, that was actually a nice counter engage from the red team. Malphite had a very nice ult. That's all he can do at this point. Another fight breaks out. And red team tries to go warding down here. Blue team catches them out. Getting messages. There we go. Let's suffice those messages for a moment of time. And resume play. There's still only I say only, but there's a 6k gold lead in favor of the blue team. It's fairly substantial at 17 minutes. It's not inconceivable for the red team to come back from this, but really the blue team has been playing better up to this point. Okay. Apologize for the interruption of service. I'm being spammed, but that's okay. Spam is good in small quantities. I think there was an Ashe arrow onto the Vayne. Vayne makes a nice play, flashes out, condemns. But that is Vayne.